From Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go, this is Valley News Live at noon.
Hey, very good Friday afternoon to you, and thanks for joining us on Valley News Live at noon. I'm Kyle Bosch. We start with some new information about a police chase in South Fargo early this morning, including where officers finally found the man they were looking for. 23-year-old Jake Donahue of Moorhead was arrested hiding in an apartment garbage dumpster. He's now in the Cass County Jail facing charges of reckless endangerment, fleeing police, and possession of a stolen vehicle. West Fargo police first tried to pull Donahue over for driving with no headlights on Veterans Boulevard. He wouldn't stop, and speeds in the chase hit 60 miles per hour. He eventually did stop near a group of apartments on 33rd Avenue South and ran off. That's where police set up a perimeter and called in a Fargo K-9 team who tracked Donahue to a dumpster and made the arrest. Well, it's Friday, which means it's time to take a look at this week's Valley's Most Wanted. Fargo police this week are asking you to look out for this woman, Patty Simonson. We've got her picture up on the screen right now, and she's wanted for possession of a controlled substance and drug paraphernalia charges. You're asked to call your local law enforcement if you have any information. Another Minnesota man has admitted to being part of a plan to join ISIS. The 20-year-old is the third man in the plot to plead guilty. He said that he wanted to join the terror group in Syria to try and help fellow Muslims. The suspect was busted at New York's JFK Airport last November. He faces up to 18 years in prison. The Minnesota Department of Human Rights wants submissions for its Voting Rights Act youth video competition of this year. Videos should creatively show how you view one or more of these topics: the Voting Rights Act of 1965 and why it was important, why it's important that the right to vote is protected today, and what voting means to you. Now, the contest is open to kids in grades 4 through 12 and adults aged 18 to 25. Those videos must be turned into the Department of Human Rights before November 16th. All right, time now to get a first check of our weather with meteorologist Lisa Green taking a live look at our tower cam. You can see it's cloudy and it's kind of dreary out there on this Friday. Lisa, is it going to get any better?
Well, it's become a little gray out there. We do have some improvement on the way, but unfortunately the rest of the day looks a little on the gloomy side. I want to show you, though, how it started. We'll look at our time lapse this morning. Beautiful sunrise, very vibrant. We even got to enjoy a little sun in the morning hours. And now we've kind of clouded over in the Fargo-Moorhead area, and we are seeing some temperatures that are cool too. 55 degrees in Valley City, 59 in Fargo. A little warmer to the north and east. It's 60 in Grand Forks and currently 61 in Roseau. Here's a look at those clouds. They've overspread much of eastern North Dakota and have pushed into Minnesota. We also had some rain showers too right along the Highway 281 corridor between Jamestown and Ellendale, and even just south of Valley City, a little bit of rain falling there. That's all moving eastward. It may start to, the size of it begin to shrink up a little bit. We may see a couple of sprinkles in the Fargo-Moorhead area, but it will mainly be in the southern end of the valley that we have rain chances today. 64 degrees are high. And as we mentioned, there is some improvement coming up, Kyle, and I think you'll be happy with the forecast for the weekend.
Sounds good. All right. Thanks, Lisa. Croatia closed all border crossings with Serbia except one this morning in an effort to control the flow of migrants, which is straining authorities. This included the closing of the border near the Serbian town of Sid, where record numbers of migrants had been crossing into eastern Croatia. Police say that some 13,000 migrants have entered the country this week trying to escape wars in Syria and Iraq. Well, police say a bogus 911 call and reports about an active shooter caused quite the stir at a couple of Kentucky schools today. It all happened in Louisville. The schools were put on lockdown while authorities searched the campuses for any danger. Now, they say in the end, no shots were fired and no one was hurt. Police are now trying to figure out who made the fake phone calls. The markets are still digesting the Fed's decision to hold off on raising interest rates, but it appears they're reacting more to Chair Janet Yellen's concerns over the health of the global economy. The Dow and NASDAQ are both trading down today. The Dow is off more than 200 points right now. Oil prices also dropped this morning and were trading at $45 a barrel just before noon. However, the Dow and NASDAQ are still on pace for a second straight week of gains. A unique twist today in the 2016 Republican presidential race. Donald Trump's critics not blasting him for what he said, but for what he did not say. The GOP frontrunner declined to correct a man at a town hall event who asked when the U.S. can get rid of Muslims and then called President Obama a Muslim. Trump's camp claims the billionaire did not hear the question about the president, but Democrats were quick to pounce. Hillary Clinton tweeted, "Not denouncing false statements about the president and hateful rhetoric about Muslims is disturbing and wrong." Now, in the past, Trump was a driver of the so-called birther movement, which claimed that President Obama was not born in the United States. A New York couple has welcomed not one, not two, but 3 unique bundles of joy. Kelly and Jason Fenley had identical triplet boys on July 1st, something that happens in just one of 50 million births. Owen, Noah, and Miles each weigh about 2 pounds and were introduced to the world yesterday. Their mom says that they've already come up with a way to tell them apart. Each baby has a different color. They paint one of their toenails that color and also dress them in that color, so there's no confusion. Not a bad idea. Well, coming up on your news at noon, we'll hear from UND head coach Bubba Schweigert about the big rivalry game between UND and NDSU. We'll also hear from head coach Chris Kleiman as well as we get you ready for the showdown at the Fargo Dome. But coming up next, if you have tailgating plans at the Fargo Dome, or maybe you're headed to Westfest this weekend, meteorologist Lisa Green will be back in with a look at our forecast.